Hey guys, and welcome to another Mystery Bits video, the series where we explore mysterious video game stories, rumors, and hoaxes. Many of you have been asking for me to make another Creepypasta video, so we're back today with another classic one. And since I've been on a Plants vs. Zombies kick recently with the release of PvZ Replanted, we'll be going over deadplants.exe. Yes, even PvZ has creepypastas. So sit back, dim the lights, and smack that like button below. Let's dive into the mystery of deadplants.exe. Once, when I got bored on my computer, I decided to play a game that I haven't before. I've heard great reviews for Plants vs. Zombies, so I decided to check it out. I searched for a torrent and found one that seemed like the kind that I wanted to use. I could only get one seed for the torrent though, so it took about a whole day to download. The next day, after it finished, I opened it. It was in a folder named zplant. Rather than being named Plants vs. Zombies EXE or PvZ EXE, the executable file inside this folder was called deadplants.exe. When I opened it, it seemed normal, except for a few minor differences, such as how the music sounded a bit off-key, higher than usual. When I clicked on the button for adventure mode, it never showed the animation of the hand rising up from the ground, nor did it play the sound effect that goes along with it. And the call played at the beginning of the stage was replaced with a scream, which made me jump at first. Other than that though, everything else was pretty normal. The first level seemed harder than usual, even with only one lane to defend. The zombie even ended up eating one of my pea shooters. Then, the second stage ended up being a bit more difficult too. The zombies came a bit earlier, and one of them actually got two of my sunflowers. Now, I'd never played this game before, but based on the cute art style and how it seemed like the game was made for younger kids, I definitely didn't expect the difficulty to be this high right away. Despite this increased difficulty though, I pushed on. While playing through the first few night stages, I noticed a few weird things. The sky was dark and stormy rather than clear as I'd seen in some screenshots. And then the graves, rather than having silly or comical inscriptions on them, actually had names of celebrities that had recently died, such as Amy Winehouse. I wondered if whoever hacked this version of this game put that up as a joke, but I certainly didn't find it very funny. Then, whenever I would use a gravebuster on one of these tombstones, a message would pop up that just said, "Why?" Was this game trying to teach kids some sort of lesson? Later on in the game, the music seemed to get even more messed up. In the fog levels, the pitch of the music got higher with each passing level, until the last level, where it was almost unbearable to listen to. Then, in the first rooftop level, in the place of music was just faint static. And once again, with each level, the static noise got louder and louder, until it was so loud that I had to turn the music off. And after getting to the last level, where I heard the Zombot was supposed to appear, when I finished the last rooftop stage, it just went to a black screen with white text on it saying, "Why did you do this to us?" This was as shocking as it was confusing, and I had no idea what this could mean. Then after that, the game went to a level that looked like the lawn seen at the beginning of the game, except it was half as large and there was another lawn on the other side of the screen that was an exact mirror image of the lawn that I was planting on. At the start, where it showed the zombies that I would encounter in the level, it just ended up being empty. I was hoping that the static noise that I heard in the previous level would be gone by now, so I turned the music back on, but it appeared that this level didn't actually have any music anyway. Anyways, the level played out pretty normally at first, and I could only plant on the lawn on the left. I got the chance to plant 5 sunflowers before anything really happened, and then on the other side, a pea shooter randomly appeared. And this wasn't just any pea shooter, as this one looked really creepy. In place of the pea shooter's regular happy, cheery eyes were just dark, soulless voids. Now, unlike most creepypastas I had been reading at the time, the eyes didn't have a red pupil in the middle or anything, they were just dark and soulless. This dark pea shooter then started firing peas at the sunflowers that I had planted in that row, except the peas that it fired looked old and diseased. Then after that, 2 sunflowers were planted in the lane above this dark pea shooter, and they had the same dark, soulless voids for eyes too. It was then that I realized that these were the plants that had been eaten by the zombies earlier in my run. And I also noticed that whenever one of these plants on the other side were planted, the screen got a bit darker and less saturated. After a while, the plants' numbers were getting overwhelming. All of my plants were dying faster and faster than I could plant new ones, and I was barely able to kill any of the enemy plants. When the screen got about twice as dark as it should be, I knew that this probably wouldn't end well. Eventually, the screen got so dark that it was almost impossible to see anything. The screen was also starting to blur itself, and it stopped at the point where I could barely even see what was going on. Everything on screen just kept getting deteriorated to the point where everything was just dark. At that point, I could hear the crunching noise that plays when a zombie makes it to your house. Instead of the normal shout that plays, the screen then just turned white for about 7 seconds. Then the screen got all messed up and staticky, and I could hear a horrible screaming, distorted noise that almost popped my ears. Then the whole application just instantly terminated, and I got kicked out back to my desktop. A message window then popped up with some random characters in no particular pattern, just leaving me startled, thinking, what the heck was that? And every time I tried opening the game back up, I would get this same sequence of messed up events: black screen, white screen, static, and that distorted scream. After that experience, I've never pirated another game again. I was very angry that some idiot would make such a hack like this, because that screaming noise will forever be stuck in my head. And all I could think now was that I hope that someday the plants in our neighborhood will stop dying. And that, my friends, is the story of deadplants.exe. It pretty much covers all of the classic creepypasta cliches of the early 2010s, so it's about what I expected. And interestingly, only a few years ago, this creepypasta was basically remade by Vibing Leaf, with a whole bunch of edited video and visuals, so if you haven't seen it yet, I definitely recommend checking it out as it changes the story a bit too. If you enjoyed this video, check out some of my other mystery bits, and be sure to subscribe to the channel to find your way back here in the future. And as always, thank you all so much for stopping by today, and I will see you in a bit.